Alright, boys and girls, on to game 4, last game. So the score as it is 2-1 to DBZ, and we're gonna get the climax of this session of this series. Okay, off we go. Now, a quick word on Compass. The Compass is like one of the classic maps. It's alongside like such fan favorites, community favorites as like Kangen Madness and Corner Pockets, Citadels. The Mars maps are the best maps we have. The Compass is one of the most popular and one of the most commonly played, and one of the most simple maps to know, and it has that like trick to it with the scavengers and messing up their pathing. I've mentioned a video on that, how they go for the scrap in the corner, and that's like a nice little test, if you will, like a test of a player's knowledge of the game to deal with that. So it's a very good map, and as a result, the level of skill on the Compass is very high. You know, you're expected to know this map alongside Kangen Madness and Corner Pocket and such maps. You're expected to know these things. So this map is yeah, how can I say? You'd expect a very intense, hard game on this map. A real test of skill, a real throwdown.
Ready to roll.
As opposed to a map like Snowed In, where it could be very lopsided, like a shitfest. Because Snowed In is a stock map, but it's not really played much because it's just very uncomfortable for both people to be on it. So generally, people's experience on it's quite low, and it can either go, it can be really bad for you. Like, you can have a really terrible game on Snowed In because things can just not go your way. Whereas Compass is a nice one because it's big enough for you to prepare, but it's small enough to make it a real test of skill, and there's not much like luck or chance to it. It's very much how good you are as a stratter and your spatial awareness and such things. Compass is a great map. Okay, deploying the recycler in spawn. I'm not gonna go that far and say it's a mistake, but I would like say there's way better ways to start. Just go to the corner and begin from there. But he deals with it well. I don't think he meant to do that, but I think he sort of went with it when it happened, which is fine. Anyone here watching is not sure, don't start with Recycler in the spawn. This goes for a lot of maps, Kangen Madness as well, Corner Pocket. You don't want to play from your spawn. You want to play somewhere else, somewhere more strategically valuable. But as it stands, Ian deploys a silo and works the scavs, so he turns it into a decent thing. It's not necessarily a problem. And we're into the early game.
Construction rig here. On my way. Where's the power? Getting power.
So the startup's okay. It's not a problem. It's fine. It's serviceable.
Where's the power? Deploying. Construction started. Building complete. Construction started. Scavenger here. I'm on it. Building complete. Recycler here.
And we'll see how this plays out.
Started. Building complete.
So Ian operating from the southwest.
Construction started. I'm on it. Building complete. Scavenger here.
Good number of scabs.
Recycler here.
Need to get moving on around the map though by now. You want to be over to the southeast corner by now.
Ready to build.
Again, hate to bang on about it, but that was a constructor doing nothing for like 20 seconds. Every second in the start has to be efficient and optimal. Every second has to be like you planned it. If you want to have the best chance to win every time. So yeah, just
Building complete.
don't leave your production units idle. They have to be working. Every second that they're not doing something is a wasted second. So we're over to the southeast. We're going to see a silo.
Getting scrap. Following. Construction rig here.
Yeah, bring the scavs with you. Probably could bring a couple more over to the silo just to get them working it quicker, sooner.
Getting scrap.
Your microing of the scavs is very important.
Building complete. Scavenger here.
There's a lot about it.
Ready to build. Following. Recycler here. Moving out.
He's going to move his recycler to the southeast. Scout. Ian sent out a single scout to like harass division start. It's good. It's a good move. Because you know he can't be in two places at once, so he has to be either working his start or he has to be going over there and stopping you from wrecking his scabs. But I would say this: the scrap that they leave, you're not going to recover. You're not there for it. You're just attacking, and he's going to recover it. And then he's going to get your scout when it dies, and that's going to drop 4 scrap, which is 8 in multiplayer. And that's a free tank. So you are giving him a free tank, and you're not getting any scrap for it. What you are getting though is like time. And actually, you will see in this game. I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can pin it down on this scout, because I think Division mentioned he had some trouble with his scrap intake, or I think he mentioned it was the scrap on the hills at the side that messed with him. But we're going to see, I don't want to spoil it too much, but we're going to see that this trouble at the start for Division on scrap intake does cause him to lose the game. And I don't know how much we can put on the scout for this, but it's a good move. But yeah, like I'd say, it's not scrap you're going to get, is it? So, like, yeah, like I said, do you really, what's it going to do for you? Is it really going to help? And you could say it did, because it messed up Division's scrap intake. So we could say it's a good move, yeah. You just got to ask yourself, am I going to be able to collect that scrap? No. Okay, so should I bother putting it there? Recycler rotate to the southeast. Scout doing work. That's now going to be the second scav. And then DBZ is going to turn up to destroy it.
Where's the power?
Offensive
Moving
unit
out.
lost.
Getting power. Clear the geyser. I'm on it.
Could do with a nav on the geyser, but that's by no means necessary. I think it just helps a little bit.
Construction started. Construction
Okay, so we're going to begin work, moving down the east channel.
building complete. Ready to move.
I love this map. I love the decisions you got to make, because you've got mid, you've got right, you've got left,
Yes,
got
sir.
all these channels.
Recycler here. Construction started.
It's very much a thinker's map, this one.
Building complete.
Division taking the high grounds.
Building complete. Standing by. Protecting. Ready to build. Following.
I'm surprised he didn't go for a hop snipe here. I was feeling it. I was feeling the hop snipe, but nah.
I'm on it. Building complete. Standing by.
And then Ian's gonna back away, and
Construction started.
this is a bit of a mistake in my book.
Building
It's a
complete.
bit of a mistake because Ian wants to get the silo. He wants to destroy Division's silo. Division's covering it.
Here. Construction started.
He's got a scout, so it's well, the numbers actually, it's 3-2. Ian has the advantage, but he's not gonna push it. He's just gonna actually back away,
Ready to move. I need
and he's gonna back away a bit too much actually. It's 3-3 now. 1 tank and 2 scouts each player, and he's actually gonna back away,
building underway.
and he's just lost a silo. Now
Construction rig.
I can't really justify this. This is not. There has to be an error in my book, because
Factory here. Building underway.
you've invested time into putting it down, you've conceded it, and now he's about to recover.
Building complete. Protecting.
you need to be a little bit more assertive. Even though now I think you have the numerical this no, it's actually 4 for 4. You need to be a little bit more confident. You need to just sort of take it and just push him back, like Thumper, buy some time, Scavs on follow to bring him forward, crank the units, because you had it. You were in control of of that middle area, and then you just gave it up basically for free. Which, yeah, I mean, maybe you don't want to lose units, but you don't want to lose scrap at the same time. That's scrap that he's gonna get, and he's gonna have it in his bank. You know, it's oh, he's got dual SP. Okay, that does change the situation, granted. But look at this. Observe the power of the Thumper. I would hope that your wingmen are on division on this tank now. I would hope they are, because a dual SP tank is very, very high priority to kill. The player in a dual SP gets ejected, but the wingmen, they do secure the kill. They do secure the kill. Again, remembering the numbers, the numerical situation here, that is 10 scrap. Division has lost completely because it's invested in the dual SP and does not drop. So that's good for Ian. And actually, in this engagement, this is kind of when Ian gains the upper hand. In this match, I think for the first time of the 4-game series, Ian definitely has the upper hand. He's in control, and it sort of begins at this point. This is when he starts to get the upper hand. So this is different because in the previous 3 games he lost the first 2, and in the third he was on the back foot, but then punished Division for being a bit reckless with his recycler. This is the game where Ian makes a really strong case for his ability in the game, like his skill. So this is good. This is the kind of game that you want to really emulate what you did, the steps you took. But on top of that, I would say don't give up that mid so easily. Like, make him work for it. And while you're fighting, spam the units. This is a problem I see. You're a recycler and your factory are not doing anything. Just got to be using them. If you got scrap and you got pilots, make the units 5-5, 6-1. Get the units out, bring them forward, follow. All units follow close. That's how you win. Snipe's not quite there. That's okay. No problem. Don't need to be a good sniper, but well, yeah, it's still practice really, doesn't matter. It is a shot you would have liked to hit. That is a high percentage shot. Solo up. Offensive units coming up. This is a problem for both players. Oh, using my mouse. This scrap, that's a lot of scrap. No one's controlling it. Now, granted, both of them got ejected, but Ian's just gone back to his base. There was a Wolverine that drove past. Your Wolverine caught up with you. Just get in it. Get in it and get into mid. And hold it. Hold it down. I don't know. I'm not sure why you're coming back here to your base. Probably just to get a Grizzly tank. But when it's the situation where the scrap is open and no one's controlling it, like it's completely uncontrolled scrap, it does not matter. Even if you're in a fucking scavenger, just get back there and get on it. Like, even if you just hop snipe to control it, that is something. DBZ is pretty quick with the issue. He does get back fast, but not fast enough. Like, you'd hope he'd be there already. I'm not sure if he is. I don't want to be too critical, but I think he is. I think he is back there, which in that case, good job, Div. You need to be on the scrap, like your life depends on it, because it literally does. A little bit of percent loss, packet loss, but it's all good. It does recover. Not sure if you can hear that. That's actually the wind. That's the wind whistling in the background. Ian's pressing the issue, which is good. You don't want to let him have it for free. He's not quite controlled it. He's there with his wingman, and the silo's down, but the scavs aren't there yet. So there's still a chance for you to fight for this. And good eject, good job. Nearly a double eject there, but and this is a real issue. What happens now? It really pains me to see it, but yeah. You gave him that for free. You gave him that. You put it on a plate, and you served it up for him, like knife and fork and everything. Like what are you doing? Like you're in a tank that's basically dead, so it cannot move much. The main way you can stop an air sniper is by moving around and keeping it unpredictable, so it's hard to hit. And then you're like kind of sitting still as well. Like look. You're basically not moving. You're begging to be sniped. You can't do that. You have to... What I would do, right, in that situation is get out the tank, which one makes you harder to hit because you're a little pilot, and get in another unit, which you could still be sniped getting into a different unit, but then you haven't got to deal with the slow movement, get into that scout, or just eject to base. Bail. Eject back to base. Your AI was on the silo. He's only got a bobcat. They'll then destroy the bobcat. You don't need to give away a life. Yeah, it just really gets to me when people give away a snipe like this. It's not funny to go down a life. You have to treat your lives like they are a recycler. Like one life is a recycler of importance in the game. You cannot lose it. So yeah, just you really did not need to give him that. That was extremely unnecessary. Bad boy, Ian. Bad boy. Don't do that. Don't do that again. You could have lost the game because of that. Think about the lives that it happens soon. Think about the situation with the lives that could have been a lot worse than it was, and it did not need to happen at all. Just bail or get out. The AI had it covered. So aside from that, situation is very, very good for Ian. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Division had some problems with his scrap intake because it was a very easy capitulation from Division. But props to Ian for not throwing away the lead. Like he does convert this into the win, and we'll see how. Yeah, my note for that snipe is obvious. Snipe is obvious. Like it really is. It's an absolute sitter of a shot when you're not moving. Basically, you cannot give that away. So Div's not going down about fight. He's back in with 2 grizz. Just missing the TLI there. You're shooting like at the back one. That's the I believe that's the minigun. When you're leading shots with a dual with an 18 mini Grizzly, I think I'm right on this. I could be wrong. I think I'm right. The forward, the triangle further to the side, or not triangle, the diamond further away from the center, is the AT lead, and you're better off leading with that rather than leading with the mini, which is the one further back. I could be wrong, but I think that's it. Either way, as you saw there, yeah, you weren't really hitting there. You could have been hitting, but you were aiming at the well, you're actually kind of missing, but you were aiming towards the lead closer to the middle of the unit. You want to aim for the one further to the side, and maybe you would have got an eject there. But the eject is there. The eject is good. The eject happens again. Look at your health. Division's in the air. Don't give him that. Don't give him. He will snipe you if you're at this low hole and you're distracted and he's just been ejected. He will snipe you. But then you go to the like you can see him. You can look at him. He was aiming. He was about to snipe you. He was literally crosshair on you. About to click the button of doom. About to click it. And actually you were saved by the Wolverine. The fact that Wolverine ejects you actually saved you. Because I'm pretty sure Division would have hit that because you weren't moving. So, just to bear in mind. And you would have been down to 1 life there, which nobody wants to play on 1 life. That's just really horrible. So mid is looking good. Division kind of gets ejected a little bit too easily. Like, I think it is a recoverable situation for him, but it's hard. He's got a silo there. Just bring the scavs forward. Bring the scavs forward, and one man DM it. Just DM till you die. Like, hold the fucking the scrap. But yeah, it doesn't quite. He's trying, but yeah, it's a very hard task to deal with because Ian's got so many units. He's very much in control of the scrap. So as you can see, like, Ian has won the fight for the scrap, which is not easy. That is a doable shot. Again, a dual eject, same time eject. I would fancy my chances of hitting that shot if I was Division on aiming on you. I'd give myself like a 50-50 chance of landing that. So yeah, don't get ejected. Basically, just don't get ejected. Avoid it. And if you really are about to be ejected, you could hop out your unit, you could hop out your tank, or you could bail to sort of throw off the timing. So you'd eject like slightly before he does, and then it would be harder to hit the shot. Or yeah, or just hop out the unit. I've done that before, in that kind of situation where I'm DMing someone, we're both low on hull. I've fired off enough rounds, so I know he's going to get ejected. Like, I fired off the killing shot, and then I've hopped out, and then my tank's exploded, his exploded, but I'm on the ground, and I just get into another unit. So it's basically like removing the eject from the situation, and you just stay on the ground and you get in another unit. Could be something to bear in mind in the future. Into a fresh grizz. Nothing like a fresh grizz. Green and blue, beautiful. And yeah, you've got to recognise that Division is not rolling over. He's getting back in the fight as quick as he can, even if he's coming out on his own at 1 man. This is what you need to be doing. You have to race back to the fight, and it's something that I kind of see you're missing seconds. Like, for example, when you went back with the Wolverine, and there was like a fresh Wolverine that you had built, you didn't get into it. You just sat back in base with the Grizz. Just get in the Wolverine, get down there and fight. Is this the time? Yes. Okay, so scrap count 32, pilots 8, neither the recycler nor the factory building. You got to be making units at all times, constantly replacing what you lose, constantly doing what I call flooding the channel. Like, just flood the channel with units, just get them out, get them down there. Cannon fodder, if anything, it's cannon fodder. It holds him back. You've got the means to finish him, so make sure you finish him. Get the units out there. Don't just depend on what you've got already, because it's Division, right? He could do something, and it's you might be looking at defeat. You've got to make sure you secure that win. You use the resources that you have. Don't just let them sit there. A little bit of lag, doesn't matter too much though. Big mistake now. Big mistake coming in now. He's done an attack scan. He's opened up attack of his offensives to see the list of units. He's seen as a howitzer. Why are you going after the howitzer? You don't need to destroy it. You already have the offensives required to clear his base. You have the scrap. Ignore it.
Time to kill.
But he doesn't. Division ejects him. They both get ejected, and it's DivisionByZero.
Recycler here. Construction started.
So he gets divided by 0, of course.
Unit lost.
Building complete.
Don't give him that. He's gonna hit the shot.
Stay put.
I would fancy myself getting that shot. I'd give myself like a 70 or 80% chance of hitting that. It's a pretty easy one.
Offensive unit lost.
And that all happened because you went for that Howie. You could have just continued pushing the channel, and then you would have won with 2 lives, and then we wouldn't need to enter into this situation that's about to unfold now. So 1 life,
Armory here.
but you've won the game. What do? You get in the Sasquatch,
Unit complete.
or a turret, or whatever, or a howitzer.
On my way.
Offensive unit lost.
And before we just let this unfold, I just want to... Another note I made, I just wanted to just mention.
Building underway. Guarding.
Division has a silo right there. Oh, come on, turn around. Come on, Ian, what are you doing? Turn around.
Unit complete.
That silo, why is it there? Kill it. Why are you letting it live? If he somehow holds back your forces and he gets a scav, if somehow he gets a scav there, he could pick up 20, 30 scrap in a moment's notice because you've left that alive.
Guarding.
I don't know if you do destroy. I hope you do. I don't think you do. I think you kill the you eject. Oh, you do. Good. Okay, you do get it in the end, but it has to die quicker. It has to go. That silo was alive for like 5 minutes, I think, like a long time. Silo is a really high priority to kill. A really high priority,
Building underway.
and then
Lost.
we'll spare you the pain of seeing that again.
Unit factory here.
Again, it all stems to the eject problem. You're getting ejected way too easily, and it's given people a chance to either get too much momentum on you and take scrap, or to snipe you and then force a late game situation. And you can avoid being ejected by just simply
Offensive unit lost.
getting on units ahead of you, not aggressing too hard. Don't go solo so much. Switch tank a lot. You can hop into a new tank that's got a fresh ammo, complete hull. Bail away from the fight sometimes, like rather than getting ejected in the fight. Control the bail and bail away, which is not so bad. You know, yeah, like I say, I kind of recently, well, not recently, but in the past year or so, I came to the epiphany that it was ejects that were killing me. And since then I've been playing like with eject as a priority to avoid. And yeah, it helps a lot. It helps a lot when you avoid eject. Okay, now we're gonna see Division. Division's gonna show how even if someone's in a walker, it's not over. You still have options. There are still things you can do. You've never lost until you've truly lost like 0 lives. So he's firing with minigun now. The reason why he's firing minigun only is because it has a higher, it's more efficient on the ammo use, so you can get more damage per ammo by firing mini. And because he's down to 1 tank, he's trying to make his ammo go like the extra mile. So again, that's another sign of his intelligence there. Very intelligent, cerebral player, DivisionByZero. Mortars out, holding control to drop multiple mortars at the same time. Something you can do with MDM. You hold down control and you can drop numerous mortars on the ground, and you can just detonate all of them at the same time. Coming around now up onto the hill to the northwest. Division's just not going to go quietly.
Damage critical.
He's brought it down to a sliver of health.
Construction started.
And yep, he's going to plasma away. He's not done.
Bring 'em on.
And so this is a sacrifice of a life.
Unit factory
to get him out of the walker. And as we can see, Crisis absolutely oblivious. What the fuck? Well, mate, this is strategy. It's not DM. There is a brain to be used here. Into a fresh walker. So it's a good idea, but it takes Ian more like 10-20 seconds to get into a new one. So although it's a great idea, you can't really convert on that. But it is certainly a sign of the brain there working away.
Unit factory here. Building underway.
But it's not over yet.
Unit complete.
Sit tight, don't disappear just yet. There's still another
Unit factory here. Building underway.
little moment. It's a division on 2 lives, but no units.
Complete. Unit
Or well,
factory here.
a tank. Okay, so he has a factory, I think, maybe units. Grizzly on 1 life. Dual SP tank out of nowhere.
Unit complete. Recycler here. Building underway.
Ian's just like, please just lay down, just roll over, just accept the loss, please. I've done this.
Offensive unit lost.
Snipes out the Wolvie.
Unit factory here.
In fact, what did he even do there? Is that him in the air? What did he do? Did he just...
Offensive
Armory
unit.
here.
Did he hop out and
Yes,
snipe
sir.
it?
Unit complete.
Offensive
Ah, it's too good. It's too good. Look at that again, guys. Watch on the right
offensive
as this Wolverine goes up to fight DBZ.
Armory
unit
here.
lost.
Yes, sir. Unit complete.
Offensive unit
He hops out and snipes it so that he can conserve his ammo and he doesn't lose any more hull. Such a good move. It takes so much. Well, I mean, it's against a. It's against Wolverine. You can still die to a Shadower who locks on the tank and hits you. It's a ballsy move, but it does mean that he now gets this opportunity to take the game. This is why, like, it's never over until it's truly over, because you can hop snipe out a tank, a rocket tank that should have ejected you or like reduced your ammo down. And he's just trying to come up with a solution.
offensive
Building
unit
underway.
lost.
It's so good. Like, yeah, watching someone like Division play, it's just brilliant. He gets in the rocket tank
Unit complete. Play the
and he's gonna come around. He's ignoring the gun tower. He's ignoring all the units.
Warning.
Hornets out. Eject. Manual eject.
Unit lost.
And 1 shot.
Bring him on.
2 shots. He's out a snipe. He must have missed 1. And there you go.
Unit factory here.
I just want to watch that again. That is so good.
Bring him on. Unit complete. Play the dirt. Bring him on. Bring him on.
Warning. Damage
Play the
critical. Unit lost.
Bring him on.
Absolutely intense. Puckering up. Jeez, man.
Unit factory here. Building
What
underway.
a scary moment. Plasma in a way as well. And yeah, at this point it's over because he can get another one, and I think DBZ's lost his last units. But what a try. What a relentless. Absolutely.
Protecting. Unit factory here.
And you got to feel bad for him, like, because I think I mentioned previously on Felix Venus that
Unit
what was the situation? Oh fuck, what was it? There was a moment when DBZ had like a clear shot, a clear snipe to win. Oh, it was when Ian was at his base getting into the Sasquatch, and then Division came in on foot and was really close to him. Like, he should, like, as a really, like, a high percentage shot, right? He was really close. and then he just couldn't convert it. Even though if that was DM, you'd give that to Division any day. But again, this is a shot that it's like a 95% shot, right? You'd give it to Division any day. Like now, they've stopped like with the whole gravity. They've gone up the level for a second, so it's just got to click on him. Just misses. Oh god, just like hit slightly out of the dot, and that would have been it. That is one life. That would have been it. Doesn't convert. Now, I like I say, maybe this is like a nervous issue with Division. Maybe he just gets a little bit sweaty palms or something. But yeah, you can't, like, you really can't give someone like that a chance to, like, an absolute sitter of a shot. Should have been game. Should have been game for Division there. Should have won that. Imagine if that was a tourney final. Like, Jesus. If I'm against him and that situation happens, my God. But well, I'd make sure that it doesn't happen, right? I'd just like do everything I can to not get ejected. Just a quick thought, like, what can you do in that situation? It's really hard because, like, in this game, you can always like suicide into someone to force an eject, like almost always. I suppose, yeah, more gun towers. You could maybe hop out of your walker as it's about to blow, but that is incredibly risky. Bail before you eject, it might like throw him off for a second, and he's got to like eject before he intended to. Well, crucially, he was in a Wolverine, so he wouldn't have cannon. But then he could have dropped a prox mine. He could have dropped the mine as you hop. It's really hard to say. Or you could have build hangars and just try to keep the health up. It's really hard. Or you could have like hidden on the map somewhere. But yeah, that's what I love about this game. Like, it's never over until it's truly over. There's always like some crazy shit you can do to put it back. But as it happens, Ian does win because he gets in a new Sasquatch. The Division goes down to 1 life because he's. The reason for that is because he was firing plasma. When you're firing plasma and you're like tagging things, the AI detects it, the gun towers detect it, and they will just shoot you. That's why if you're on foot in someone's base, you cannot fire, because the moment you shoot, the AI will effectively notice you, like your cover will be blown, and they will kill you. Yeah, so he's in a Sasquatch. I think that's it. But yeah, Division has to be like absolutely fuming with that miss. He has to be so gutted with that. That was game. But yeah. Could be a nerves issue. Hopefully he sorts that out. And I believe that's it. I don't think Division's got anything left now to make a play with. I believe that's it. I believe that is GG.
Yes, sir. Ready to mine. Yes, sir.
Let's see.
Weapon deployed. Building complete. Bring him on.
Yeah, so he's in the scav. Not a lot you can do now unless you snipe a unit and get in it. He's going to try. I think he misses. I think that's GG. Bomber's going in. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So that's it. That's Division versus Grizzly. Not tournament. It was just a casual series, but it's nice to see. Division does not really strap much. I'm sure he's got his reasons for that, but so it's nice to see him play. And yeah, very well done to Ian. 2-2. So 2-2 overall. S tier player versus A tier player. Ian making a case for himself, converting two games into wins. That was really nice to watch. That was a good set of games. That was very, very interesting. I thought I would, as I was watching it and making notes, I was thinking there's a lot of things I'd love to highlight, and a lot of people have been asking me to do like an analysis like this. So apologies, the video is quite long, but just sort of hopefully you just took it in pieces, like watch one game a day, like watch another game the next day, And there you go, guys. So yeah, that was it. 2-2. Lovely set of games. Good to see. And yeah, good stuff, guys. Right, peace out.